Alright, this video is going to be the maze design video for using Autodesk Inventor. Autodesk Inventor is the more complicated version, so if you do not want to use Inventor, feel free not to use Inventor. You can use Tinkercad, so there's no shame if it's too hard to use Tinkercad instead of Inventor. But if you do want to use Inventor, you're going to start by going up to File, New, Standard.ipt like we have done in the past. So the first part that you're going to design on the maze is going to be the acrylic top. So if you look at your packet, the maze fits together like this. The top slides into the 3D printed maze, okay? So after you've done your sketches, you will start to do the top. So the top's pretty easy. All it is just a square. It's a 2.91 square extruded 0.125. So that's very easy on Inventor. Remember, you're starting a sketch, so you're clicking on your screen and hitting S. You're going to click on the XY plane, and we're going to put a rectangle out. Just click and click, okay? And then hit escape to get out of the command. You can hit D for dimension or click the dimension up here, whatever you prefer. And you're just going to click on each one of these lines. So click, move your mouse, click. We're going to make it 2.91 and hit enter. I zoom out a little bit. Click, click, 2.91. I'm just going to make sure that matches with the sheet. It does. And my extrusion is going to be 0.125 in height. So I finish my sketch. Hit E. And make it 0.125 and hit enter. After that, you're just going to do, that's it for the acrylic top, that's all. File, save as, and you name it acrylic top or something and give it a save. I already have mine saved there. Next, you're going to do the maze base. So this is the harder part. So this is the base here. It's based on your sketches from here. So mine looks this way with all these paths because that's my design. Your design is going to be based on yours. I forgot to put the depth of the paths. So the paths are 0.13 wide, but the depth is 0.135. That's going to be noted down below there on your packets. So the maze looks to be about 3 inches by 3 inches. And the outside of it here is 0.28 inches. So I'm going to do 3 by 3 by 0.28. So we're kind of going to do the same thing. File, New, Standard.ipt. Click on your screen. S for sketch. Click on the work plane. And then do another rectangle. Just put it there. I want to zoom out a little bit and use dimensions. So D for dimension or click it. We're making it 3. By 3. We're going to finish the sketch. Hit E and make it 0.28 and hit OK. Alright, so after that, we have to make the lip. So the lip is this part. Okay, it holds the acrylic in. So that's just going to be 0.05 around each side. So there's a very easy way to do this on Inventor. So again, click on your if you go off the screen, make sure you click on it. That way you can get back to it. I'm going to hit S to start a sketch, and we're going to put the sketch right here. So you just click right there. It'll rotate your screen if you did it right. And we're going to just get the outline as a sketch right now. So they have a button for that. You come up here and click the top of this. It says project geometry. You click it and you just click on the part once. And you're going to see now we have a nice outline. Okay. So we're going to offset this line. Offset means just pull apart. So if you hit escape out of every command and just hit O for offset, or it's up here, you can click it, O for offset or click it. All you're going to do is click on the one line, and then we can drag it in. Don't click yet, just drag it in, and we're going to type 0.05 and hit enter. Now you have that lip. So look at the drawing. It looks very similar Okay, now we just have to extrude it in. And we're going to extrude it down by this number right here, 0.125. That happens to be the size of the acrylic, which is here. So the acrylic slides in perfectly to fit the maze. So it's going to be 0.125. So here, finish the sketch, E for extrude. You're going to use the cut button. It's the second button here. And we're going to do a distance of 0.125 and hit OK. Enter or OK. Now you can see this really starting to take shape. The only thing left on this is the paths, and that's the most intricate part. So again, I'm going to make sure I click on the screen, hit S again, and we're going to put the sketch right here. Not like on the top, not over here. We're going to put it right here, okay? And you're going to click it, and you're going to be on there. So what we're going to do now is we are going to do the paths. So the paths need to be done in little chunks, okay? So the way this is done, I would just put some sort of win area. Now, the win area can be something like a rectangle, or it can be something like a circle, or it can be something like some sort of, you know, irregular shape, whatever you want to do. Okay, but you're going to put the win area somewhere. So I'm just going to put mine down here. I'm going to make a boring one. I'm going to make mine right here, okay? So after that, you're going to start to use the line tool to draw your paths. So for instance, we know that the maze has to be complicated. There's a lot of paths. So I'm just going to start. I'm going to draw like something that looks like this, maybe. And you're not going to do more than like 3 line segments, so stick to 3 at a time, okay? So after that, we can use that offset command again. Either click it or hit O. And you're just going to click it, and you're going to pull it in one direction for the paths. It doesn't matter which one. But the paths need to be 0.13 offset, so in thickness. So if I type 0.13 and hit enter, that's going to be the width of the paths, okay? So right now, that's my first path, okay? Now I could continue that by doing this and making it, you know, a little bit more difficult. Again, no more than 3 segments, O. And I kind of run into some issues sometimes. So look at what happened there. If I ran into issues like this, it gets a little weird, okay? If that happens, just don't connect it, delete one part of it, hit O, 0.13. And then what you can really do is, if you want to connect these, draw a line that's 0.13 over, 0.13, enter. And then you can just connect them like that, okay? That works just fine, all right? And then you would continue to do this kind of thing. You would go over here maybe I'd do something like this. O for offset, 0.13, hit enter. You always need to close everything. So like I'm using lines, and make sure when you close a line, you go on the green point. So I click, okay? I'm gonna close everything, and eventually you'd be able to make a pretty complicated design that works really well. So you might run into some errors. Do not do something like this where you have a lot of small turns like that. And maybe, like this is a good example right here, like this. Okay, because watch what's going to happen when I offset it. The width needs to be 0.13. So I can't go any further on this one. Look how it stops me, okay? Or it messes it up. You can't do small turns. Make sure you keep your turns pretty wide. I mean, I could do 0.13 in this direction. That would work. But you saw how it kind of limited me. And if I do it too close right here, like watch this one. If I do O for offset, 0.13 is going to intersect. 0.13 is going to intersect, and that's not going to work. I'd have to do some fixing. If I wanted to use this one like that, I would have to like go like this, and I don't have to fix these. And I'll leave that to show you, but you would have to fix it up. So after you're done drawing all the paths and it looks as complicated as mine does, you do one final thing. You're going to hit X on your keyboard, and you can trim all the excess. So you don't want any walls in your path, so you just hit X, and you can just drag a line through any wall that's blocking any paths. Okay, so I'm going to like, oops, and I made a mistake. Control-Z goes back. But I can hit X, drag a line through anything. Now look at this one. I can fix this path up if I wanted to. I would just delete this stuff in here. I mean, it's not ideal because then you have like a weird gap there, but it still works, okay? So once you get all the paths in, and you don't want any paths to cross over the lip because that's what holds the acrylic. Once you get all your paths in, you hit Finish Sketch. And then the final thing is you're just going to extrude it. You hit E. It should automatically pop up. If it doesn't, try to click inside of it. Use the Cut button. And the distance for this is going to be 0.135 and hit Enter. Okay? Then it will cut it in. Alright? So that's going to be how your ball maze is done. Please raise your hand if you have any questions. Try your best.